Here comes Rush Limbaugh, and he's going to talk about slavery as regards to Michelle Obama. All right, let's figure it out.
Basically, what you're asking is why isn't there any outrage similar to the outrage in the media over Nancy Reagan changing the China? Why is there no outrage over Michelle "My Belle" Obama with all these expenditures? 60 Secret Service people, by the way, on this trip to Spain. The answer is patently obvious. I guess you're also asking, why is there so much anger over the fact that I have earned what I have? It's as simple as conservative versus liberal. It's no more complicated than that. And as far as the media is concerned, Mrs. Obama deserves this. Look at the sordid past. Look at our slave past. Look at our discriminatory past. It's only fair that people of color get their taste of the wealth of America, too. That's your answer.
Where does anybody ever get the idea that these conservatives are stoking racial hatred? No, he's just throwing out the past, our slave past in the middle of a reference to Michelle Obama. For what reason? Because he's going to go with the constant theme of they want to redistribute the wealth. So Michelle Obama going on a trip to Spain is part of the plan. You notice what he said in the beginning there. He said, oh, I earned my money, okay? But obviously these black people didn't, right? And we're giving it to them as for making up for our slave past. So this Michelle Obama gets to go on fancy trips to Spain, even though obviously she didn't earn that money. It's because of the redistribution of wealth that he's talking about. Obama's going to come steal your money, you white people in America, and he's going to give it to black people like his wife. By the way, what money is Michelle Obama going to Spain with? Money that her and her husband earned as lawyers and then as authors, et cetera, et cetera. Okay? No. She apparently stole it from white people. And the rest of the media is in cahoots. There's a conspiracy. Shh, don't talk about it because, you know, we owe Michelle Obama for our slave past. So that's why we just gave her white people's money to go to Spain with. And by the way, is it the media not really talking about it? Are you kidding me? Of course the media was talking about her trip to Spain. Part of the reason is because there's a lot of Secret Service that went. Now that does come out of taxpayer pockets. You know, not only was the whole media buzzing about that, Huffington Post, so-called, you know, progressive website, and I'm not saying they're not, okay, but that's certainly what Rush Limbaugh was saying. Oh, liberal website, right? They did a poll, is she spending too much money by going to Spain? The media's not talking about it? Okay, which media is not talking about it? And look at this crazy conspiracy theory in their head. They think the media gets around in a room. They're like, all right, should we give Michelle Obama a pass? We never gave white first ladies a pass when they were glamorous, right? But should we give her? Yeah, we did have slavery in the past. That's true. Yeah, all right, let's not say anything about it. Nobody write and nobody talk on television about Michelle Obama's trip to Spain. By the way, how about Jackie Kennedy? When she was glamorous, everybody loved it. Oh, Jackie, she's the first lady. She's awesome. Look at the wonderful clothes she's in. Look at the wonderful trips she takes. And I got no problems with that. She's the first lady. She represents us, right? Was Rush Limbaugh complaining about that back in the day? Okay, I don't know. Was he complaining about Nancy Reagan's China? Was he complaining about any of those trips? Barbara Bush and her pearls? I don't know. No, but first time that we got a Democratic president and his wife goes to Spain, how dare she go on a trip? Okay, of course, she probably did it with our white money. Gee, I wonder what Rush's mind is at. Now do you, come on, for the billionth time, do you see why we find them so repulsive? And the problem is a lot of people don't think about it. They listen to Rush Limbaugh, those ditto heads, and they're like, oh, yeah. Michelle Obama took our money, man, went to Spain. And the media won't say nothing about it because of the slave past. Yeah. Sad. Absolutely sad. Anna, so the other day I go to a movie, right? And it sucked. But it cost me $12.50 for one ticket.
Wow. You know, for $10 a month, you can be a member for theyoungturks.com.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that. That's amazing. Now, you get 3 hours every day, plus you get the post-game show. You take that over a month. That's over 60 hours of entertainment that you could put in your radio, and you could podcast video or audio, and you get What the Flick on top of that, and it's only for $10. Why wouldn't you sign up? It's crazy not to sign up. Over 60 hours of entertainment versus 1.5 hours of a crappy movie. And I'm not even counting the popcorn.
Just go to theyoungturks.com, sign up for membership.